Another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back, baby. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port, baby. Let's go. I am your intern host for the day, Tony. Of course, we know Brian out on assignment in New Orleans. Possibly landed airborne. I'm not sure where his whereabouts are. But it's not inside the studio here. So it's going to be a Tony Solo Dolo show today, brought to you, of course, by Velvelam. We'll get to that in a second, though. We have a great show for you guys here today. We're talking Valspar, live in-studio updates. Koepka just missed a birdie putt, I believe, from like 20 feet out. It's kind of crazy, but he's 1 under right now. I believe he's tied for 8th, I believe. But in any case, we'll be giving you live updates there. We're talking Mets, Yankees, spring training. Mets off yesterday, played today, though. And then, of course, Devils routed the Rangers last night. Jack Hughes all over the place. And then, of course, we're hitting those immaculate grids. You know the deal here. But, of course, let's get started with the comments. Who we do have Brian Barnaby off first and foremost. He says, good morning. Let's go Yankees. Lagrange and Cole throwing gas, he says. I think Cole yesterday, right, hit 99 on the gun, looking pretty good. On schedule, as you may say. Let's see. Bang. There we go. As you may say, as Brian would say. He also says, in the lounge, having an Irish coffee. No freaking way, Brian. That's what I'm talking about. Enjoying the trip already in the lounge. Irish coffees are so good, dude. Really, because then you don't have to like worry about putting sugar in the coffee or anything. You just put the whiskey in there. Maybe if you have the whipped cream too, because then you don't even put cream. It's just black coffee, put whipped cream on top. You stir it in. The cream gets in there. And it's just a phenomenal time. So we'll have to see that, dude. John Pollock says, oh, shit, I love this show. And we love you, John. Let's freaking go Detroit Red Wings, dude. Am I right? Josh B. Now says, yo, what up, fam? He says, what up to Pollock? And he goes, oh, shit, Solo Tony. That's right, dude. And then Donna Lee with the good morning. Good morning, Donna. Glad everyone's here having a good time on this Thursday. Hope everyone is having a good morning so far. I am. I know it's kind of still overcast, cold out there. But still, you know, sunny, got some good sunlight this morning with some breakfast, ate outside after the gym, felt pretty good. You know who also is feeling pretty good? A certain somebody at the Valspar, your current leader right now, Sungjae Im, is 4 under through 4. Pretty impressive start for Sungjae Im. He is your outright leader. Speaking of outright, in second place, Ricky Castillo, who's 3 under. And then you have a 5-way tie. Yeah, 5-way tie for third here. Hank Lebiota. I don't have much on Hank there. Denny McCarthy, Xander Schauffele, Billy Horschel, Tom Kim, all tied for third at 2 under. There may be like it just seems like most of them are wrapping up their front 9. Then you have a long list of people tied for 8th. At 1 under, Alex Smalley, Justin Lauer, Emiliano Grillo, Brooks Koepka, I mentioned before, Corey Connors, as well as Brian Campbell, Keegan Bradley, Patrick Cantlay, I believe, who just birded his way to 1 under, Andrew Novak, Eric Van Ruyen, just to name a few here. And then, of course, plenty of guys still waiting to tee off. But nonetheless, here we are off to a pretty solid start here in Palm Harbor. Seems like the weather is pretty nice here. Slight breeze in the trees here as we're now looking at, I don't know who yet, because I just have the ID for the talent in there. Chip by McCarthy here, who is 2 under, and that leaves just short of the cup here on that par 3. He'll be putting for birdie here. Of course, they do their leaderboard update. I already did mine. Way ahead of the game here for the PGA. Brian Barnaby, how many bowls of oatmeal? Just one, Brian. No walks this morning. Josh B says good morning as well. Thank you. And he says, took a stab at plus 1222. Rye hit so soon, and Koepka top 20. We obviously know where Koepka is right now. I don't know. Has Rye even teed off yet? Rye is even through 6. And then Rio Hitsatsun is teeing off at 120, Brian. The old 120 there. Speaking of your leader here, putting for birdie here, about a 10-foot putt. I'll put money on him missing it. He's playing the break left to right. He's kind of blocking the ball, though, and it definitely is short into the... Oh, well, no, it went long. Kind of rimmed out a little bit, but missed the cup left. He's now kind of a gimme putt here for par for him to remain at 4 under, and he's just going to take a stab at it right away here, wasting no time on this par 5, and he gets it, dude. Just like that. Through 5, 4 under, and your outright leader here. Sanjay is a pretty interesting guy because I feel like, you think of him, you think of him here. And obviously he's been on the tour for a little while now. He's only 27 years old, but has turned pro in 2015. And you want to look at, maybe some career accolades here as Hovland is teeing off. He's won over through 5, I think. No, if you started through 7. Hasn't had a PGA Tour win since 2022 season, won the Shriners Children's Open. Before that, won the Honda Classic. And those are only 2 PGA Tour wins. But I feel like he's a name who's always involved. Kind of crazy that he doesn't have more PGA Tour wins. Maybe this could be a time for him as Koepka gets ready on hole 17 here. It is a par 3. He's addressing the ball. Brian Barnaby says 1 regular, 1 Irish. Might go 1 before takeoff. I would hammer that, dude, to be honest. Again, Irish coffee, terrific combination of caffeine and alcohol. Better than a vodka Red Bull. No, thank you. Irish coffee. Koepka looks like he likes this. Kind of fading right this drive, and oh shit, he is in the sand, dude. To the right of the green. It faded too much right here. Now we're gonna swipe over now to Bow Chow. I got much on him, but he's putting here for birdie. He's 1 under. This will move him to 2 under, and he nails it, dude. Nice. A 6-footer there. Nothing crazy, but no gimme. He moves to 2 under. Now he's going to be tied for 3rd. Don't got much on him, though. Brian Barnaby, a good bartender, put some extra vodka in. Oh, you're doing vodka in the Irish coffee. That's not an Irish coffee. It's more like a Russian coffee. Connors hits the green there in par 3, paired up with Koepka. And then, of course, we have that plane ride is going to be fun, says John Pollock. No doubt. Brian on a plane? No doubt that would be fun here. As Schauffele looking to hit it over the pond. This is going to be his second shot here on hole 16, which is a 454-foot par 4. And he is short in the bunker, a little bit short of the green here. Unfortunate for Schauffele, but hopefully he can make that up. John Pollock wishes Brian fun in New Orleans. Brian Barber did the Irish. Bartender added it halfway down. Wow, dude. Had extra from another drink. That's kind of crazy, actually. Good bartender, like you said. Keegan from the cart path, it looks like. Just trying to punch this one out on 16. And I would say that's not a great punch out, as he is not even on the fairway in the rough. Just short and to the left of the green here. He could save himself with a good chip here, and we've seen Keegan Bradley do that plenty of time. As we go to Castillo now, who is outright in second. He's putting for par here. This is a doozy, maybe 20-footer here, and it looks pretty good, but may go left of the cup. Damn, dude. So he'll be now not saving par. He'll be putting for bogey. He'll fall to 2 under. I can do this all day. Matthew Gabriel with the Let's Go Anthony. John Pollock, he says, thank you, Brian Barnaby. Brian Barnaby says, thank you, John Pollock. That's what I meant to say. John Pollock says, Matt Bruh. Which, did we hear from Matt Bruh? I don't know if we did, but I'm sure Matt Bruh lurking. So Barnes is hammered, dude. You got to be careful. Don't want to get tossed off the flight, dude. Oh, man. I've heard some horror stories of guys a little too hammered, before their own flight. But I'm sure Brian Barnaby under control now. Nothing crazy. Maybe a little golf on at the bar as well. Calm down. We see JJ Spawn now putting for par to remain at 1 over. Thank you. No, thank you. And then Brian says, Gar, what are you cheesing for? Keeping it in check. He says, very good, very good. Buttoned up, no doubt. He's with Sam. Take it easy. Koepka, by the way, out of the bunker, leaves it short of the green. Not happy with that right now. He's going to have a tough time saving par on this par 3. Not what you want. You don't want to bogey a par 3 here, but it looks like Koepka might, which is a little unfortunate here. He'll have to have some work cut out for him. Golf on the flight lead into the Yankee game. Of course, Brian never missing a moment, an inning, a pitch. All right. He's just one of those guys. But speaking of one of those guys, I guess we can go there right now. Let's toss it to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yep, what a play! Stop it. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. So this episode of the Sports Port is brought to you by Velvet Llama. Premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martinis with Italian espresso and chocolate notes. The crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy Margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. Bradley chipping onto the green here, looking pretty good, by the way. Velvet Llama, brand new website. Go check it out, velvetllama.com. Good spot, good people, better drinks. Velvet Llama. Brian Barnaby in here, by the way, says Yankees need to make the right decision and put LaGrange in the rotation. You can't tell me he's on 100 times better than Heel. You know what? I mean, it would appear that the ceiling is higher there. But I guess, I don't know. I mean, Heel has a reputation, a reputation, good or not. He definitely has one, I guess. And I would imagine maybe the Yankees want to trust him more. I don't know. It's kind of tough, but I mean, you can't really doubt or, push aside the fact that LaGrange is throwing gas, throwing very well this spring training. And I'm sure Brian, who shook his very hand, does really want to see that. But we'll see what happens. He says, bad call. He says, bad call on Heel. But come on, I mean, don't you think 103, he says, LaGrange, I know the gas. It plays, he says. Definitely does play. We talk about it all the time, just to have that in the bag, the fact that you can have a pitcher who could be so, not dominant, but I guess, intimidating. With the high speed, and then all of a sudden maybe a changeup comes your way. I mean, it's very hard. And he says, great guy as well. Great guy, great job, good call. So listen, obviously we hope the best for him. Let's get some. Let's see what he's pitching here. MLB spring trainings. Carlos. This spring training here, he has 4 games, 1 start, 1 save, 13 2/3 innings pitched, a .66 ERA, and he has 13 Ks over those 13 2/3 innings pitched. So obviously, having a good spring training, you can't doubt that this guy looks really good right now. How he will do, obviously in the majors, against major league bats. I guess that is still, left to be decided. The jury's out there. But in any case, dude, let's see, how old is he? He's 21? Is he 20 years old? 20 years old? 22 years old here out of the DR. Not available, he says, LMAO. He can come to Detroit. John Pollock says, there we go. LOL. I'm sure John Pollock always trying to bolster that rotation and pitching staff for the Tigers, as Cantlay putting for par here. 10-foot putt, a 37% chance of success here on the PGA. Shifting his weight, addressing the ball, and now the club is back. The ball is hit, and it looks like it could turn more, but it's just in there to save par. on the par 4. John Pollock says, damn, young guy. That's right, dude. Could have a bright and long, lengthy, extensive future in the MLB. But I guess since we're already talking about the Yankees, they did win 1-0 yesterday against the Red Sox. I mean, listen, you think Garrett Cole pitching, you think of a 1-0 win, for the team he's pitching for. Garrett Cole, the 1 inning, 2 hits, no walks, no Ks, no earned runs, nothing crazy. But like I mentioned before, hitting 99 on the gun. Obviously, we're just addressing, the injury, his, state of health here. As Keegan Bradley, who's sporting a significant mustache, is addressing his ball. He's trying to save par here on a par 4, hole number 16. And they're going to give the distance probably in a second here as Bradley is lining his putter up, getting the grip just right. Wasting no time, though. Bang! And then that is... it was good speed, good line, just a little bit too far to the right of the cup here. And he's going to fall to even through 7 now as we wipe over to Sungjae Im, your leader, who's on par 3, hole number 15. Looks like he's got that iron out there looking pretty good. And wow, dude, what a shot. Plops it just past the pin here as it continues to roll. That's probably going to be maybe a 12-footer, let's say, for birdie. So, Sungjae Im looking to have par in the sight, possibly a bird here to fall to 2 under as Hovland tries to pick something up here as he starts on 18. It's a par 4 here. He's 1 over, the driver out, and the ball is up. This was like a great drive down the middle here. And that is exactly where it is, just staying on the edge of the fairway here. In relation to the pin, I don't know where he is, but that was a nice long drive, dude. Love to see that. But again, back to the Yankees. I mentioned the 1-0 call. I don't know much about these Red Sox pitchers, Early, Samanigo, and Uberstein. But nonetheless, obviously they did a really good job, through 8 innings here, 13 Ks as a unit, 1 hit given up from those 3 pitchers. So obviously they were pretty solid there. I don't know if those are young prospects for the Red Sox or whatever, but obviously keeping the Yankees lineup at bay here. Speaking of that lineup, not necessarily the who's who batting at all. You had Stanton, who went 1 for 4 with a strikeout. And that was the 1 hit that the Yankees lineup had. Jazz 0 for 3. Ben Rice 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Wow, Jazz was struck out 3 times too. Caballero 0 for 3. Wells 0 for 2 there. So obviously expecting a little bit more out of the bats there. I don't know what Jazz is doing. Probably the hashish. Yankees announcing Escada to be the backup catcher. He said wasted a spot. That's not good there. Early start against Schittler in the playoffs, he says. Early start against Schittler in the playoffs, he says. All right, that's very good there. He did pitch well, 5 innings, 1 hit given up. Stanton homered to the track, he says. Was that the one score, the one solo shot by the Yankees? No, it looked like, bottom of the 8th, Corona scored on a throwing error by catcher Rosario. That's kind of crazy. When you think about the only scoring was on a throwing error, on an error by Rosario, which is pretty interesting. But in any case here, by catcher Rosario, interesting. In any case here, who is this guy? Ronald Rosario, 23 years old, young guy in Venezuela. Watch out now, Venezuela World Baseball Classic winners. But obviously not good in spring training. Tough loss, I'm sure, for him. Cam, he says, typo, LOL, Brian, hammered the coffee. Hammered, Tony, hammered, not homered. Oh yeah, that's my bad. That's misread that. You can see, the misconception there as Cantlay on this par 3, almost fucking gets a hole in 1, by the way. That's going to be an easy birdie putt, literally on the rim of the cup right now. Can't miss that. Good for Cantlay, dude. But in any case, of course, he said Brian Barnaby, Grichuk, Rosario, Escada, Goldschmidt, bench. Goldschmidt with the bench is good. Ahmed Rosario, you never know. Randall Grichuk is interesting. And then, I guess you're not excited about Escara. Who would hate that Jones can't be a part of it? I was just going to ask. Where are the young guys being a part of the bench crew here? I guess not right now. But listen, I mean, I'm sure as the course of the season goes, they'll get their reps. They'll get their pinch hits and whatnot. Matthew Gabriel Lagrange looks nasty. Yeah, no, absolutely. You can't really doubt that. You love to see that too. We mentioned 22 years old, young buck coming up the ranks, and especially if he's that hard throwing and he's a guy who can give you some length, is healthy. I mean, why not, dude? Even in the bullpen or whatever, which we've seen him come out of the bullpen, right? This spring training necessarily, and different scenarios and stuff like that. Pump for him is definitely better than heel. Seems to be the common sentiment between Brian and Matthew. As Schauffele tees off here. This is a nice straight down the fairway, maybe hanging a little right. And it was hanging too right. Schauffele, for the second time off the tee, is in the bunker, dude. Schauffele better get it fucking together, man. Because I had high hopes for him. As Im is taking this long putt for birdie here. It looks good. Speed. Will it break enough? And it does. Wow. What a birdie putt here in this par 3 for Sungjae Im. His third birdie today. As he's your outright leader at 5 under now. Right? Just double checking that because, again, they went away from him in the broadcast, but he was 4 under. Now he's 5 under through 6, dude. So 3 birdies through 6 holes. Kinda crazy, dude, if you think about it. Matthew Gabriel, he could start in the pen, and then after that he gets reps. He can move into the rotation. Again, if you guys are thinking heel is not going to be really that effective, it would be great to see Lagrange in there. In terms of, let's see, the Yankees today, let's see, are they playing? Open the MLB app here. As we get Victor Hovland addressing his ball. It'll be a second stroke here as he's just on the edge of the fairway. Go to the scores here. You have Orioles, Yankees. Max Fried getting another start here against Dean Kremer. Kremer boasting a 7.71 ERA this spring training over 2 starts, 4 2/3 innings pitched. Let's see if there's a lineup out because this is a 105 game here. Hovland just puts it outside. Good job outside the cup there. Lineups not. It looks like we have a Yankee lineup out. Grisham leading off in center. Paul Goldschmidt getting the start at first, and Jazz Chisholm at second. Stanton batting cleanup, and will be your DH. And then we have Dominguez getting the start in left, who's batting .342, by the way. This spring training, 3 homers, 10 ribbies, 3 stolen bags. He's got to be amongst the team leaders in terms of offense production this spring training, I would imagine, as Connors puts this one over the green by the stands. I don't know what's going on there. But then you have McMahon, there we go, starting at third. Caballero getting the start at short. Wells catching, and then Oswaldo Cabrera in right field. So pretty good lineup here that the Mets are putting out there. Obviously, you love to see some more of Fried, as I believe, right? Fried's going to be your opening day starter. So this will be maybe his final start. I don't know, before opening day. But in any case here, you'd imagine that the Yankees take care of business against the Orioles. Are they going split squad today? Oh, they're doing split squads today. Excuse me. Yankees also playing the Blue Jays. You have Ryan Weathers starting in Dunedin here. TD Ballpark here. Also 105. Lineups out for that. There we go, dude. So lineups for the Yankees for this game is Rosario leading off at third. Escada getting the start. Batting second at the catching position. Grichuk in left. Brown getting the start at first base. Don't know much about him. You have DeJong at short. Fernandez in right field. Schumann at second. Corona in center. And Tejada batting ninth. And he's your DH for the day. So Yankees play their cards right. Could have 2 wins in one day. How about that, dude? What I do want to see, though, which I'm trying to look up, which for some reason this app is kind of blowing it a little bit. But let's look at come on now. I don't care. I want Alonso. There we go. Let's see how Alonso's doing this spring training. 2 homers, 3 ribbies in 42 at bats, batting .262 with an OPS of 731. So stolen bag as well. I mean, Alonso is Alonso, you know. I mean, he's probably going to have a 35 homer season, batting somewhere around he did last year, around the 270s, batting pretty well. And I hope that for him, honestly. I really do. Speaking of Pete Alonso, let's talk about the Mets as they were off yesterday, but you do see they do play today. Houston, 6:05 p.m. Lineup still not out, but you do get Kadai on the bump here, who's getting his third spring training start. He has 5 2/3 so far this spring training, 7 Ks, a 3.18 ERA. I know he has given up a couple of homers this spring training, so you're looking for him to keep the ball in the park. As Campbell leaves this one about 8 feet away from the pin on this par 3. He's going to be putting for birdie. Donna says, where is Barnesy now? You are like, where's Waldo? And she get a good kick out of that. Brian is probably about to board his flight to New Orleans, anniversary with his girlfriend, Sam. 10 long years. And I'm sure it feels like yesterday, Brian, the day that you two met. Yeah, Shoffley out of the bunker here. Great leave. Gonna leave him maybe like a 6 foot putt. He seems like a little bit not happy with that. But we'll have a 7-footer for par as Koepka, who is at even right now, is trying to putt for birdie on 18. This is going to be about just under 20 feet here. So we're going to take Koepka in. Donna says, oh, yes, I forgot, / congratulations. There we go. But let's get Koepka here. What is he really thinking? He's thinking even through, I don't know. Well, if this is actually his 9th hole. If he started on 10 here, so he might be even through 8 here. Birdieing this whole 18, you're 1 under through your front 9. Well, through the back 9, through your first 9. We'll see. Oh man, dude, not great percentage of PGA Tour golfers making this putt. About 15% of golfers will make this putt. Koepka could be inside that 15. Let's take a look. And leaves it about maybe an inch to the right of the cup. So Koepka will knock this in, and he will be even through the back 9 here as he now goes to the front. So you love that, dude. And then I guess, around the league, I guess, for MLB, I mean, Braves took down the Phillies 3-2. Nothing crazy there. Orioles did win yesterday. Suarez got the dub for the Orioles 3-2. Like to see that. Let's see what else. Any notables here? Rockies, Reds, no. Ohtani getting the win, pitching for the Dodgers yesterday. Obviously, he's going to be a huge factor this season. Multiple MVP. Strickland and the Angels getting the win over the Reds 7-4. Should be interesting to see what Hunter Strickland does this season. Not expecting a lot. Tigers, oh no. Pirates beat them. Ashcraft. Casey Mize, by the way, 0-3 this spring training with a 7 ERA. Not a good look there for John Pollock and the Tigers, but obviously keep an eye on him. Rangers, by the way, rout the Royals 12-3. Waka, the loss there for the Royals. Kumar Rocker with the win for the Rangers. And then, I already mentioned MLB. I guess that's pretty much it, dude, honestly, for MLB, right? Right. Why not? Bradley putting for par here. 8-foot putt. He needs it, dude, and he doesn't get it. Hot. Oh, he just stomped the ground too, dude. So Bradley kind of falling to pieces a little bit on hole number 17. And you see his season summary here. 6 events this year, only 3 cuts made. Not great. Not one finish inside the top 25 players. He was tied for 50th. Farmers 43rd, and at Pebble Beach, he was tied for 29th, dude. He was cut at the Sony, by the way. That was one of his cuts. So not great start to the season for the American from Vermont. Shoffley, though, here, putting for par, 63%, 6-foot putt here, 6.5-foot putt, and he is going to knock that one down confidently to remain at 2 under through 8. Wow, Brian Barnaby, gummies already. Donna throwing a little scud there, if you will. But why not? We have one more putt here. Looks like this is JJ Spawn here, who's putting for bogey. He makes it to go to 2 over par. Not great through 7 for Spawn. But in any case now, it would be the time to toss to the world of the National Hockey League.
Speed, here he comes! McDavid
Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're back in NHL. You know the deal. Rangers played yesterday, so I guess we'll talk about that a little bit. But even though I wasn't happy, Jack Hughes, I think, a goal and 2 assists? Goal and 2 assists, yes, on the 6-3 victory for the Devils. Nico Hischier, goal and assist. Pretty interesting. I didn't realize how bad the Devils were this season. Second to last there in the Metropolitan. Only 72 points on the season. Outside looking in, no doubt. And you want to think about their wild card contentions. I suppose, they could catch the Red Wings here with 82 points, but they're going to have to go on a run. As they are 8 points ahead of the Rangers, a little bit more juice there for their run. Obviously, with Hughes, Mercer, Hischier. Oh man, Dougie Hamilton as Campbell misses a putt here. I think that was 4 bogey, dude. So they double bogey that hole. Another update on the leaderboard. Don't need it though, because I've been on top of that shit. But in any case. Obviously, the Rangers, another tough L. I don't know what the Rangers are doing. I was watching some of this game last night, and it was just like, I don't know, man. Like, they just didn't really play good. And I don't know what else to say that. I mean, you think about it in terms of defense. I mean, they were just, giving the Devils zone entry all night, almost playing back a little bit, which was kind of crazy. Jonathan Quick, 33 saves on the night. Think of the couple, I believe there was a couple power play goals. Yeah, Brown, Hischier, 2 power play goals on the night. I think they were 2 for 3 on the power play. Let's look at the team stats here. There were 2 for 4 on the power play. Rangers 0 for 2, unable to convert, on the power play. Obviously, that would have helped if they wanted to win here. And they scored 3 goals. Goals were nice. Connor Sheary with 1. Mika had the other. And then, was it Gavrikov? Yeah, Gavrikov at the third. Really the first, I guess, if you want to say it that way. But in any case, Rangers continue to lose, which is good in this case. The lottery, you want them to lose, kind of, sort of. But, it's going to be an interesting state of affairs, state of an offseason. What will Chris Drury do this offseason will obviously really, really dictate his future with the team. Because, again, I understand you're watching interviews. Dolan supports Chris Drury. Seems like he will be sticking around. But I mean, if there's another year of a lack of success of bottom of the barrel teams, and you're involved with those teams, I mean, it's going to be get fired. And in my opinion, I would fire Drury now. But clearly Dolan trusts him, so we'll take that with a grain of salt, if you will. But in any case, we have Yurny in there with the ear. And then Brian Barnaby says, right. I did lay the trap, Tony. LOL, it's fine, he says. Still butchered my picks. He did lay the trap, and I took the trap. But thankfully, I did have the over there. So I did go 1-1. And I actually wasn't able to update the scores now, so I might as well do it now. I also had Colorado with the under, another 1-1 spot. And then I took St. Louis with the over 0-2 spot. Not great. So that is 2-4 on the picks for Tony. Brian, Ducks and the over. That's an 0-2 spot right there. Flyers 1-3-2. He had Carolina in the over. There you go. 2-0. Carolina in OT 6-5. A little bounce back. And then Ottawa with the under. That is a 1-1 spot there. So you go 3-3. You gain a game, Brian. All right. So relax. What does that do for me? That makes me 32-34. Shit, dude. And then you are 35-31. All right. No, it doesn't make sense. 35 and 32. 32, that's what it is. 3 plus 8. No. Everyone calm down here. Why doesn't that add up? 2-4. 32, 34. Yeah. Oh, because I'm shot. That's why. There we go. All right. That does add up there. So you love to see that, dude. 35 and 33. All right, dude. I got some ways to go. He says, it's fine, dude. Listen, like I said, still got some games to go here. Any night could turn it around here for me. I know the hockey picks are tough, dude. Speaking of that, we do have a good slate today. And it's pretty interesting as we have Novak putting for birdie here to get to 2 under. This is a long birdie putt on the fringe of the green. And he's leaving this one short. Yeah, he left it short, dude. But, I mean, why not, dude? We got some hockey picks in front of me right now. Let's strike up some music. Let's talk some hockey picks, baby. Bang! Let's go around the NHL. And I got a few bets of my own here today. Let's open up the app. The old FanDuel. Sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. No, probably not. Let's see if I got any good, boost today or something like that. Refer a friend. No, thank you. Choose your reward. March Madness, obviously. Not going to fall for that trap, Brian. No hockey in play here. Doesn't really matter. Okay, because we have quite a few good games here. And honestly, dudes, I'm going to give you right now, I think this is going to be my underdog of the night pick, okay? There aren't a ton of good underdogs. There aren't a lot of, wide underdogs. We have a tight dog here in the New York Islanders, as they're going to be in the Canadian Tire Center of Ottawa, Ontario, facing off against the Ottawa Senators here. Senators minus 135 at home, Islanders plus 114. And I do think to myself, what does Vegas know at this point? Because Islanders are taking a road winning streak into this game. They've won 2 in a row. They won 4 of the last 5. They've won 7 of their last 10. So, again, I don't know what Vegas is looking at. I understand Ottawa, a hard-hitting team. They're playing for wild card positioning here. But I don't know, man. I mean, they're playing okay hockey, 6-2-2 in their last 10, plus 17 on the goal differential on the season, which is very good. More than the Islanders, obviously. But still, I honestly, I'm not buying it. Islanders playing some good hockey, just took down Toronto. I feel like the Islanders, obviously Schaefer, Barzal, you got Sorokin in between the pipes. I feel like they're going to be pretty dialed in against Ottawa. And I know they don't necessarily play the most physical game, but still, they have more than enough skill and talent. I just want to look right now. Sorokin first up there against James Reimer. I know Reimer having an okay year, too, for Ottawa. But give me a break here, all right? I would say Islanders do take this game. Give me the plus money, plus 114, worth a few shekels. Over-under is the 5.5. I know, obviously, both these tenders have been playing pretty well, so I kind of expect this game to go on the under. You think of the last time these two teams faced was way back in October. Islanders won 5-4. So I don't know. Give me like an Islanders 2-1 spot. Sorokin 34 of 35. Maybe Schaefer, one of your anytime goal scorers if you want. But nonetheless, Islanders take down the Senators. As I said, 2-1. Islanders and the under there, dudes. So that's your dog of the night, play of the night, whatever you want to say. And I'm just looking at also around the league here. What's worth betting on? Again, the Rangers plus 180 is kind of tantalizing. You do get Igor in between the pipes for the Rangers. So, it's tough. Because, again, Blue Jackets also, a team playing for something. They're playing for a wild card spot as well, as they're just outside Detroit, a point behind them. Detroit's tied with Boston, too, so I don't know. I wouldn't touch it. I know John Pollock needs the Rangers to win this game, but I don't have the confidence there. What I do have confidence in, though, are... I guess the Lightning. I mean, if you want just an absolute lock for tonight, Tampa Bay minus 290 here against Vancouver. I know Vancouver shocked some when they beat Florida, but their luck will run out against these Floridian teams here with Tampa Bay because, the Panthers are just kind of in shambles. A lot of injuries there, and they're just not playing great hockey. Barely a 500 team. I'm pretty sure they're under 500 actually. Tampa Bay here 41-21, 21-9-4 on the road. They're going to be serving the Canucks their 22nd loss in their own building this night, 10 p.m. here. I mentioned Tampa Bay minus 290, over under 6.5 here. I don't know. I mean, the Canucks have been scoring as of late. So I would say Lightning take this game. I would say like maybe like a 7-4 spot. A lot of goal scoring. Maybe an off night for Vasilevsky. But nonetheless, Tampa Bay wins this game. Give me Tampa and the over for my second pick. For my third and final, I'll try to give you another dog here. I guess I kind of like Chicago against the Wild. If you want a dog, this is a significant dog here. Chicago shot in the dark. Plus 195 here on the money line. And I know I exited out of daily faceoff. Why? Let's go to starting goaltenders because I would imagine Spencer Knight is getting the start for Chicago. Yeah, Spencer Knight unconfirmed right now, but probably will start. He's having a pretty solid year. I think 3 shutouts in the year. I think maybe a 2.9 goals against. 2.67 goals against, 3 shutouts, 19 losses this season, 17 wins. Record doesn't necessarily show his attitude for the Connecticut product here. 907 save percentage. I mean, that's exactly what you want from your tender. Obviously, Blackhawks, not a great team, not a great defensive team. But give me like Donato, Bedard, maybe Bedard, Hattie, Boom, Batty, Donato, another goal on his own. And then Blackhawks win this game. I'm going to say 4-2. Chicago just on the under. But there'll be another dog. Not your dog of the night, but a good dog worth sprinkling a few shekels. Sprinkling a few shekels at plus 195. So I guess those are your 3 bets right there. John Pollock, I'm sorry, but, Red Wings, Canada, Canadiens, if you will. I don't know, man. Canada could take that game. Caulfield, Suzuki, good. Red Wings definitely have their work cut out for them, which is why both teams are minus 10 on the money line. But keep an eye on that. Definitely for Pollock. I mean, Detroit needs the win. Rangers need the win as well. But I guess that is your run around the National Hockey League for tonight. And I guess, did I really have to go through games from last night? I think I kind of passed that up already. It doesn't really matter. Dude, Devin Cooley. Fuck Calgary. So, I guess we have the grids up here, huh? Always a little nervous, when you're doing the solo grid here. I saw the Yankees are in play. Brian licking his chops here. But let's get the screen share up. And let's start thinking, dude. Add to the stage here. This whole style thing is really media assets. There we go, dude. Let's get dialed in. All right. Yankees, Cubs. You think Mr. Rizzo. You also think Mr. Rizzo for 300 career home runs for the Cubs as well. You also think Sammy Sosa, obviously. But I guess you can do Marcus Stroman, right, for Yanks, Cubs. Marcus. I don't think many people think of him. 4% of people think of him. Toronto Yankees, you could think David Wells. But obviously that would be high. Brian Barnaby says, stop, dude. David Weathers for Toronto and Yankees. I was just thinking would have been much better, he said. Oh, for Cubs, Yankees. I guess so. Tyler Clippard. Is that what you're saying? For Toronto Yankees? Tyler Clippard put it for Toronto Clippard. All right, I guess I was going to throw in Yarbrough, to be honest. But let's do Tyler Clippard there for 0.3, Brian. And then Yankees with the WAR. We've done it before in the past. We can do Carlos Beltran. And I'm just going to go with that, Brian. Former Met great. Okay. Bang. A 0.6. But appreciate the help as always, Brian. Miami, Chicago, that's your classic Jake Marisnick spot. Haven't used him in a while. The 0.2. And then you know what, Brian? Next to him, okay, Brad Hand. All right, I know I'm probably going a little faster than what Brian's seeing. He says 40 career WAR Pudge for Miami. He must be talking about Miami. Really? Ivan Rodriguez? You think that's not gonna? Yeah. 9, dude. And then 40 career WAR, 300 homers. I mean, you can do anybody. A-Rod will be high. How about Jason Giambi? Jason Giambi's got it. I just watched a few clips of Moneyball last night. 0.3. Giambi, gone. Damon, gone. Without the pitcher, Gardner. Rowan Gardner, whatever his name. Gone. All right, let's think Toronto now. Boarding, otherwise I would. Brian, be careful with the boarding, all right? Don't look suspicious, okay? You need any craziness. All right, let's see. Toronto with the 300 homers. I mean, do you do Batista? Carlos Delgado? I guess I'll do Jose Batista, right? I mean, I feel like he's always good. He's always low. Jose Bautista. Bang. 15%. That fucking sucks. And then the Cubs, I'm just going to do Anthony Rizzo. Just get it over with now. All right, for a 34, 4% for Rizzo. Definitely lower than I thought. But get that out of my face. I know Brian would be like, yo, dude, you got to do all the other sports. But I don't think I will. I think I'm going right to hockey, dude. Going right to the hockey here. This is where Brian boarding group number 3. Group number 3 is now boarding. All right. All veterans and first responders can now board the plane. Crazy how hockey's easier for you, LOL. You know what? I was actually group 4. Oh, he's group 4. Group 4. And all other groups are now boarding. Good call. Group 4. There we go, dude. We're now boarding all groups on the flight to New Orleans. Have a safe flight. All right. Let's focus up here. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about it on the car ride over. I just feel like there's a lot of rain. You know, New York Rangers is a hotbed. You know, you think Derek Brassard's. You think Dominic Moore's, the Eric Gustafson. So many players. Vladislav Nemetsnikov. Have Jaromir Jagr for that matter as well. Have touched upon the Rangers. So it's just like I kind of just see all these guys and I just like end up, seeing them traded away because the Rangers end up not winning with them. So Flames, Avs, is that a Cujo spot? I know he's on the Flames, obviously. I don't think it is though. But we can do Talbot up here. 30-win season will have to be Markstrom, unless Cujo had one. Do we want to take a risk for Cujo? Did he have 30 wins with Calgary? I don't know, man. I feel like Markstrom, just to play it safe here, he's going to be high. Oh, you know what we could do, though? I just thought of it, just talking about him. The Colony Man himself, Chris Drury, Flames, Avs, 1%. The product of Connecticut, the pride of Connecticut, Brian. We can go Talbot up here, Talbot down there. Let's finish out. Let's focus on Colorado here. All right. Avs, Predators. We can do this. Scott Wedgwood. Bang. 2%. Avs, Flyers. We were just talking about him. That's the Derek Brassard spot. Bang. Another 2%er. All right. Oh, God, dude. Goalies. 30-win season. You have Pekka Rinne, Husi Saros. That's the only 2 I got, really, dude. Damn. Steve Mason for the Flyers. This is tough, dude. I know Brian's like, hockey's easier for you, and now here I am getting stumped. Let's do Steve Mason. Wow, 4%. All right, dude. It's funny that I thought he was gonna be way higher than that. And then Dead Nuts, I guess Devon Dubnyk. Goalie. 3%, that ugly mug, dude. All right. So Calgary, other than Markstrom, who's done it? I don't know, guys. This is like honestly kind of tough. And I don't want to just take the L, obviously. So I guess we're gonna go Markstrom. All right, 16%, not high, not that high. But then again now, Predators, Soros, and Pekka Rinne. I would imagine Pekka Rinne high. Soros, we're talking 60-40, I guess. Who sees Soros? Am I spelling it wrong? Oh, yeah, 2 U's. 20%. That's good. I'll take that any day of the week there. But then now this is where we get stumped, people. So Cam Talbot can work for both of these. However, I don't think I have anyone else. Jason Zucker, Jason Pominville. Where else did Pominville play? Jared Spurgeon. Shane Gostisbehere, no. Wayne Simmons, no. Damn, Claude Giroux, no. Oh, my goodness. Any goalies for Calgary, Minnesota, you think through the years? Even the Flyers. I mentioned Mason. Dubnyk, Minnesota. Cam Talbot, we know. Fleury, no. Anybody at all? Looking for Wild, Flames, and Wild Flyers. Michael Delzato, no. Come on, dude. Who else? Kevin Hayes, no. Obviously, oh man. Yeah, this is tough, guys. Last two here. I have one for, I guess I would do Talbot for Flames Wild, I guess, and then try and figure out Wild Flyers. But I mean, any of the Stahl brothers? No. No Yager. No Nemetsnikov. Anybody? Nobody. Silence. All right, just do Cam Talbot up here. 39%, which is tough. And then oh man, Wild and Flyers, guys. Tyler Pitlick? No. Yeah, I may have to just look this up, guys. That's it. Oh, look at that. I was right. Tyler Pitlick. Doesn't really matter. 88. Cheater. Worthless. Doesn't mean anything. Just like that, your immaculate grids are in the books. Tyler Pitlick for Flames, for Wild Flyers, excuse me. He's in the Wild right now, which is fine, dude, which is fine. It's whatever. You know, you can't win them all. A little ashamed of the performance, but hey, man, life moves on, all right? We did baseball. We got through baseball, which isn't always a gimme. Thank you. Even though that grid was kind of easy. The career WAR, 300 home runs. I mean, you can name a bunch of people. Toronto, Delgado. Whatever, guys. Whatever. But yeah, dude. I mean, I was going to give you one more update here from the Valspar as it is, you know, in commercial. So, you know, March Madness, I guess. You had Miami, Ohio last night. The 3-ball shooters. Very good there. Just like Brian predicted, they're going to move on. to the actual March Madness bracket now, which is great. So let's I guess we can review our bracket. Let's go to NCAA bracket. Can I go to my brackets? Print bracket. No. Create a bracket. My brackets. Bang. All right. So let's see who we had them up against. Tennessee. Oh, we had them upsetting Tennessee as well. So Miami of Ohio, that is, playing tomorrow, 4:25. Tennessee. That's a game to watch there. Bet the mortgage on Miami, Ohio, dude. Let's get to some score. Let's hold on now. Stand by here. Are there any? Let's see. No. Oh, here we go. So you have on the money line, the Red Hawks are plus 440. Brian, a lot of juice there for that underdog, for that upset. So let's fucking hope it hits, dude. That's for sure. Any games today, though? Let's see. Today's Thursday. You have TCU, Ohio State. At noon 15. That's going to be pretty good. Ohio State minus 2.5 here, which is pretty cool. You have Troy, Nebraska. We have Nebraska going a little far. They're minus 13.5 here on the spread at noon 40. And then 1:30 at the Key Bank Center in Buffalo, New York. You have Louisville taking on South Florida. I think we had South Florida taking that game for the upset. That's pretty interesting. Then you have High Point against Wisconsin, 150 over there at the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. Wisconsin minus 10.5 there. And then you have the old 1 versus a 16, 2:50 p.m. CBS. Duke taking on Siena in South Carolina there. Duke minus 27.5 on the spread. Would be crazy if Duke blew it. McNeese against Vanderbilt at 3:15 there. Vanderbilt obviously the favorites, minus 11.5. We have them going a little far as well. 4:05, you have Michigan State, North Dakota State. I'm not going through all these games. This is too much, honestly. I don't give a fuck, Brian. Matthew Gabriel, college ball. The Yanks. Brian Barnaby. New Orleans. Are you hammered yet? Drink on the plane as well, dude. Never stop drinking. Maybe mix in a water, though, Brian, as you are probably by now getting the instructions on how to buckle your seatbelt and what to do in case of an emergency on the flight. Your seat cushion could double as a flotation device. Koepka here, who's still even now. He's on hole number 2, and he just hit this ball past the green on the fringe. Whatever, dude. And he goes, I already had a few waters. He says, come on now with the instructions. Is it really that hard? Do we have to go through this rigmarole? Can we just get the plane in the air? As Im is on 18, tied for second now. A little bit of a leaderboard update. Why not? He's 4 under. Kind of gives you the impression that someone else is in first, being that he's in second. Corey Connors is 5 under right now, but watch out for Brandt Snedeker, who's birdied 3 holes in a row. He is tied for second with him at 4 under. He has 3 birdies on the day. He's on his back 9. He's on hole number 13 right now, and he's putting for birdie right now, actually. And he made it. Oh, that was to move to 4 under, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. That's a recap. Crazy birdie putt, though. That's like from 35 feet. My gosh. So love that there. The Valspar, Florida, Palm Harbor with the Bloody Marys flowing before noon. Perhaps a couple of hot dogs on the turn for Paikuti, who's putting for birdie, and we'll leave it short here to remain tied for 4th at 2 under, shaking his head, but taking the gimme putt in the cup. Next on now, let's move to Andrew Novak, who's wasting no time, hitting a huge divot in the fairway. This ball is long of the pin, but will leave him about 4 feet away for a good even putt. Donald Lee says, DTV is now the Golf Channel of Jace. Brian Barnaby, we love it, per Josh B's request. And then Matthew Gabriel says, Tony to announce the Masters with Jim Nantz as Corey Connors pops one just short of the pin here on this par 4. He'll be looking to putt for birdie and move up the rankings as he is just tied for 9th. Corey Connors now. Wait. Corey Connors, did he blow it? Oh, no, this is, again, before. This broadcast a little bit, you got to give me some wipe or something. That was the eagle early on by Corey Connors, which was crazy to move to 5 under for the outright lead. And now we take Corey Connors. This is live. Second hole here. Connors in the bunker, looking for a nice out here. Stroke is good. Ball seems a little short, though. Connors cursing himself, it looks like, as the ball rolls, maybe within 12 feet of the cup. Then he was ripped at the Masters, walking around aimlessly with the other patrons. Wouldn't that be sick, dude, to be ripped at the Masters, though? What do we got going on now? We're fading to someone. I can do this all day long, dude. I can picture myself. I feel like I'm in Florida right now with this weather. I'm wearing green. We're on the green. And we have Brooks Koepka, perhaps. Actually, I don't know who this is. It looks like Brooks, but they're not IDing the athlete. Can you please? Yes. Tony was correct. It is Brooks Koepka here, who's putting on the outside of the green for birdie. This is his second hole. This is the second hole at Palm Harbor. So what? Brooks Koepka is through 11. No, through 10. Koepka through 10. We will now wipe over to Schauffele, who is on his 10th hole of the day. He chips this one far and wide. Seems kind of long, to be honest. Oh, but it has backspin. Motherfuck. That was nice. Schauffele playing the spin. A little bit too much spin, though, on the fringe of the green. But it doesn't matter because he's a short putt away to par the hole. My mother in the house says, "You were alone today. Why? Barnes is away again?" He is away. Barnes is on a trip of a lifetime to New Orleans for his 10th anniversary. A great trip it will be, no doubt. Filled with food, drinking, probably some sports. Hovland here now addressing his ball for birdie on the second hole here. This is a 22.2 footer as we have some patrons in the crowd holding a few beers, looking on to Victor Hovland, hoping to get a good rise out of him right now. Perhaps cheer for this birdie putt that is long. Hovland dialing it in, drawing his club back, and the ball is loose. And the ball is wide right. I can see that from a mile away. Victor Hovland, what are you doing? He's going to putt now for par, which is fine. My mother said, "Oh my God, you're talking that with mom listening?" Why, what did I say? The voice? Masters is around the corner, says Brian Barnaby. Sungjae Im now trying to birdie for the Cole lead here on 18. 15-foot putt. Oh, shit. This is a tough putt. Taking back the co-lead. Sungjae Im. Oh, he fucking nailed it, dude. Birdies on 18 here. Sungjae Im, 4th birdie on the day. Moves to 5 under now. Tied first. And he's only through 9 holes. 4 birdies, 9 holes. That is a performance right there. As we see Connors now putting for par to remain in the co-lead here. This is a far putt. He could miss this. And he, oh my goodness, just leaves it short of the cup. By the hair of his chinny chin. He misses the cup here. And he putts in to fall back to 4 under. That means Im is now your outright leader. Cantley chipping from the rough. That was a great chip. 35 yards to the pin. Would you chip that? 34 yards? Damn, that's good. Here's Koepka finally doing this freaking putt. Jesus, take your time. Putt for birdie here now. As Koepka is on the fringe. Looking to drop to 2 under. Will he do it? The ball's away. The line is good. And the ball, at the last second, dips right. Koepka will remain at 1 under. What is he now? Through 12. Koepka is 1 under through 12. Very nice, my mother says. Benoit's. What about Benoit's? I don't know. I said the F word. Donnelly says, I'm sorry. My mother says, miss you too, Aunt. I do. I miss you. I miss you as well. Andrew Novak putts to remain it even. Now here's Victor Hovland putting for par. And he nails it from 3 feet out. All right. I mean, I think that's really it, right, guys? I mean, I went over baseball. I went over the hockey. And 15. Oh, Brian did his grid. 15. David Weathers. Yep. Oh, wow, the Delgado there. Gary Sheffield for the .7 there. That was very good. Moises Alou. Troy Gloss, 300 career home runs for the Blue Jays. That was a good one. Brian Barnaby, always dialed in, whoever he is. Even if it's 30,000 feet above our heads, Brian Barnaby remains focused on the task at hand. Keegan Bradley putting for par now. 12-footer. He's been putting like shit all day, and he continues to putt like shit as the ball just rims out. And he will now fall to 2 over par. So a piss-poor performance right now for Keegan Bradley, the TGL Golf League enthusiast. I am speaking like a golf announcer. As we have, hold on now, we have Matthew Gabriel calling in now. Matthew, stand by 1 second as I connect my phone to the Bluetooth here. My mother falling asleep listening to my golf voice. Matthew Gabriel, you are live on the Sports Board.
Dude, you got to take out Nance.
Dude, I'm coming for Nance, dude. Oh, dude. What's going on, dude? How you feeling?
I'm definitely better. I'm definitely doing better. I'm just still a bit tired, dude.
Okay.
But that's it. I mean, tired and just I feel like I can't get like that warm, dude. I don't know if it's just like it's not from I just can't do it yet. It's weird.
Got the shakes a little bit. Yeah. Well, you sound good. Sounds like you don't have like any nasal, congestion or really anything.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I a little Mucinex 1 or 2 times, and then there you go.
There we go, dude. Lots of water, dude.
No, definitely lots of water, a lot of tea. That's that, dude. No, I'm pumped for the tournament to start today, bud.
Oh, March Madness?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. No. It will be sick having these games on all day. People riled on the weekend, the upsets, the drinking. March Madness is very fun. And I don't know, dude. A lot of people are thinking Duke's going to blow it against Siena today.
I don't know about that, dude. Like, that would be pretty insane. But you want to hear?
Standing.
I filled out 4 brackets, dude.
Oh yeah, who do you got? Who do you got? Who you got winning Final Four? What do you got, dude? Right. Matchups.
Let's see. Hold on, let me pull it up here. All right. So, dude, I'll give you my Final Four for each one, and then I'll tell you who I got winning.
Hell yeah!
All right. So this first one. Come on.
Come on.
All right. So this first. Check this out. So I have my Final Four is UConn versus Vanderbilt, and then Arizona versus Michigan.
Oh, wow, dude.
I got UConn and Arizona in the final, and UConn winning.
There we go.
All right, so that's one. And then in the second one, I got – sorry, dude. So my Final Four is Kansas, Illinois, and BYU versus Michigan.
Wow, dude.
And then I got, Kansas versus Michigan in the final, and Kansas winning.
That's crazy.
I'm trying to like I always fill out a few, dude, and I try to like be mindful of like, you don't pick the same thing every time, and like you gotta have. I feel like, dude, the 12 versus 5 matchups are always the upsets.
Yeah, those are the kickers. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. All right, and then in this third one, dude, I got. Final Four is UConn versus Houston, and then Arizona versus Michigan. So like this is like 1 seed versus 1 seed with Arizona and Michigan, and then UConn and Houston are both 2 seeds. So that one's more like, and then in the final I got UConn versus Michigan, UConn winning. And then the last one, dude, number 4, I got. All right, so the final 4, I got Duke versus Houston, and then Arizona versus Michigan, and I got Houston and Arizona in the final, and Arizona winning.
What bracket do you feel like most confident in?
Dude, I guess that third one with UConn, Houston, Arizona, Michigan.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more like kind of realistic one. But dude, it's obviously it's impossible because like I mean I don't know, dude. Also the East region is loaded, dude, with like St. John's is in there, and
oh yeah, dude. Obviously Duke too, and you mentioned Kansas, Michigan State.
Dude, Louisville's in there. Florida. Sorry, Florida's in the South.
UConn.
I mean, dude, yeah, it's UCLA. No, not really, but I mean, yeah, dude, that East bracket's really loaded up, dude. So I don't know. I feel like, dude, maybe St. John's goes a little bit further. I mean, I don't know.
They played well. I don't know. I kind of thought they would go further because we filled out our bracket yesterday. And our final 4 was Duke, Florida, and then we also had BYU, Michigan, and then Duke, Michigan making the final. Duke winning over Michigan.
Yeah, I might fill out one more with Duke winning one.
A lot of people high on Duke. Obviously, a 1 seed, but people are talking about like they've blown it, historically in the past, early exit stuff like that. So, but again, I mean, it seems like it could be their year. But like you said, you really never know. I mean, there's definitely I don't know. I mean, I know the old 16 against the 1 never really happens. But still, I mean, you'd imagine there's some pretty crazy upsets. I think I'm trying to think. South Florida, South Florida over Louisville. Brian had that upset. South Florida to beat Louisville. Was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I definitely picked them in 1 or 2 of those to upset. Yeah, but no, dude, it's crazy because me and Barnes and Joe E, dude, we were the 3 of us were watching that year when UMBC beat Virginia.
Oh wow,
16 versus. Like first time ever in history.
Yeah.
That was insane. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Like, is that gonna happen again? I definitely don't think that's gonna happen to Duke. But I'm just trying to look. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's like just Prairie View beat Florida. Like, definitely not.
Definitely not, dude. Is Furman gonna beat UConn? Definitely.
You know what's an interesting one, dude?
What?
You know what's an interesting one? And that I did pick them in an upset, dude. Penn versus Illinois, dude. 14 versus 3.
Oh, really? And you got what? Penn moving on?
Penn.
Oh, you know what, dude?
Yeah,
that's what we did too. We did Penn over Illinois.
And then right above them is North Carolina versus VCU, and I picked VCU.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So like in the round of 32, it'd be VCU versus Penn. But this is what I'm saying. Like you have to just be creative with this, and like this that could. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah. No, definitely could.
That's why I don't know. I just always feel like you got to fill out a few and like have 1 or 2 where it's like. More serious or more like realistic, like 1 seed versus 2 seeds, and like those guys are gonna go far.
Right.
I mean, obviously, look at last year, it was all the 1 seeds.
Oh yeah.
That's so, but dude, yeah, I mean, St. Mary's over Texas A&M. But then I had another one. I have A&M over St. Mary's. So I don't. Did you? I mean, Houston's gonna play Idaho. Like 2 versus 15. I mean, I doubt that. I don't think I picked Idaho in any.
No, we had Houston moving on. We had A&M moving on too, so it would be Houston A&M for the round of 32.
Yeah. You know,
yeah.
thing. Yeah, you got to keep it. You got to keep, like I said, you got to keep it like kind of creative and fun because, dude, it could happen. And I don't know, you got to have a good mix of like the reality, like picking the team that is supposed to win, and then but also you got to have a good mix in there too, where it's like those with the upsets.
Yeah, of course.
This dude, the Villanova versus Utah State is interesting to me because it was like 8 versus 9. And Nova was pretty good here. They were never really ranked though. But I don't know. I feel like those 8 versus 9, they're like the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, you can either way.
We had Villanova moving on over Utah State.
Yeah, I think I picked Utah State maybe in like one of those 4 or maybe 2.
Yeah, it's actually mad funny, dude. Some dude called into Rick and Dave this morning and was like waxing poetic about LIU. And how he thinks they're going to beat Arizona, which is freaking hilarious.
Were they shitting on him?
Yeah, literally hung up on him like halfway through. Ridiculous. Can't handle it.
I mean, yeah, no, it's tough. And then, dude, the other thing before I leave you is, dude, this Wisconsin versus High Point, dude, that was another one that caught my eye, dude, because dude, it's always the 12 versus 5,
yeah.
Tony.
No, yeah, you're not wrong.
That's where they always like kind of happen. So I think I in 2 of them I picked Wisconsin, and then the other 2 I picked High Point because can you see High Point beating Wisconsin?
Yeah, no, definitely could. Like you said, I mean, those matchups tend to sometimes favor an upset. And I feel like also High Point University is like, I don't know, I feel like they're pretty decent, and I want to say they've had wins in the tournament before.
Yeah, no, they definitely have. I'm trying to remember if
I feel like I remember them being associated with another upset, but I can't remember right now. But it's interesting because we picked Wisconsin to move on, but below that, the Arkansas Hawaii, we took Hawaii, the 13 over the 4.
Okay, see that's cool too because I don't think I picked Hawaii in any of mine. I don't know with Calipari, I don't know, just his experience in the tournament, and then they're obviously Arkansas is way better than they were last year.
Oh yeah.
But dude, like that's also that's one of those things where it's like nobody's really expecting that, so like you might as well have one of your brackets where that happens.
Exactly, dude. You never know, Matthew.
No, dude. You never know, man. Never know. But yeah, dude. I mean, I wish I was feeling better, bro. I would have joined you today. Well, if I was feeling better, I'd be at work. But
well, I appreciate that, dude, and I hope you do continue to recover and get better, dude.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I wish the freaking sun was out too, because I would want to go for a walk, dude. But like, honestly, like it's too cold for me. Honestly, I get too. Like at this point right now.
Brian chuckling right now at the idea of going for a walk.
Dude, yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Oh.
Yeah. But all right, brother.
Yeah, dude. Well, appreciate you calling in, dude. It was great to hear your voice.
Thank you, bro. Yes, that was a joyful segment right there.
Yeah, dude. Maddie's bracket for March Madness.
Wow. Sounds like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Bar. That's
Maddie's bracket. Oh, that's
come
funny,
down and
dude. Get hammered. 50-cent wing night.
Oh wow. Wangs. Are you gonna have some wangs later?
Later tonight? Probably not, dude. I wish I could. Maybe this weekend, dude, to be honest. Because I feel like last night I got home, my roommate had wings, buffalo sauce. The smell was so pungent in the house, dude. I was like, oh my goodness, it smells so good.
Damn.
A nice buffalo wang, dude.
Can't eat wangs.
But yeah, dude, no, I appreciate you calling in, dude. Brian Barnaby, good call. He says, good call. It's a good call. And yeah,
cool.
Dude, get better. I guess we'll talk this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna see you soon or anything, but yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, hopefully, if I'm feeling all good and everything, maybe I'll see you guys this weekend. That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick, man. I'll be around.
All right, well, we'll talk.
All right, Matty. Good shit, dude.
All right, peace, Anthony.
Peace. Matthew Gabriel on the phone as Koepka is looking to putt for birdie. Yet again, he misses it. I feel like a lot of birdie opportunities on the green here for Koepka that he's just been leaving. Schauffele also for birdie here, putting from, I don't even know where the cup is. There goes the cup, I guess. I don't even know. Was he close? I can't even see the cup here. Kind of a weird camera angle. As we finish this out now, go to Connors. 4 under. Brian Barnaby says, wow, from the plane, stumped for Minnesota and Baltimore. So we're talking Ravens, Vikings players. All right, Brian. Here we go, dude. All right. Security call. Security, dude. Let's look it up here. Let's talk about Brian here. All right. So let's look quarterback. Only one quarterback. He went to UNLV, this guy. You're not going to get him. Don't worry about it. Let's see. This is a guy here rushing. This is a guy. All right. We know this guy. You should know this guy. Running back. Had 1,000-yard season with Oakland in 2015, but he was drafted in 2013, 6th round by the Raiders out of Central Florida, Brian. Okay? And he played for the Raiders from 14 to 16, and then was a running back in Minnesota from 17 to 18. Then went to New Orleans, 19, 20, Baltimore in 21. In that same year, quick cup of coffee for Baltimore, went back to New Orleans, then to Denver in 2022, and then his final year was with Buffalo in 2023. He already knows it. Latavius Murray, dude. That's the guy. That is the guy. Patrick Kennedy putts for birdie here to go to 3 under, and he rims out of the cup, and it's hanging on the edge right now as he taps that in to remain at 2 under through 11. We wipe now here to Hughes leaving a birdie putt short there. F that guy, dude. So there we go, Brian. Don't say I never did anything for you, pal. All right. Now they're taking the wide overview of hole number 1, a par 5 that is 552 yards. Holy shit. Wow. Sungjae Im taking a crazy line on that first hole. He was on the, by the way, this is a par 5. A par 5. Sungjae Im was on the green in 2. In 2. That's outstanding. But in any case, I want to thank everyone here for tuning in. I want to thank everyone here for listening to me. I guess just kind of rant for the past hour and a half or so. And you know the deal. Be back here in the saddle tomorrow, Friday. Still sans Brian, as he will be, still on his trip. Obviously, he's on a one-day trip. That'd be crazy. But in any case, I'll be here. Possibly Michael. It's going to be a big day tomorrow because we're going to be doing Sports Port in the morning. And then we have a Dream is Free recording, not live. But then I believe we'll be live for Binge Buddies tomorrow night. So it should be a pretty interesting, jam-packed day for us, which always makes for some good podcasts and good shows here. As I guess we'll take this 33 putt from Im for Eagle on the way out. Of course, like, comment, subscribe, Downtime, YouTube. Helps out a bunch. YouTube fam is great, no doubt here, as Im now addressing this ball, setting himself up, drawing the club back, hitting this one. Good speed, good direction. And Im is just putting on an absolute fucking clinic right now as he falls to 7 under, eagling 7 under through 10. Through 10 holes, he has 4, 5, 6 birdies and an eagle. 6 birdies and an eagle for Sungjae Im. I was just saying as the show started how crazy, like, Sungjae Im hasn't won a PGA Tour event since the 2022-2023 season. And could this be his time? I know it's still, early, day 1 here. And it's very rare we see the day 1 leader finish out this tournament. Brian Barnaby says, great show, Tony. Thanks for holding it down. Absolutely, Brian. I really hope you have a safe flight and enjoy that trip. You're going to have so much freaking fun, dude. So much good food, I'm sure. Maybe some jazz music. Who knows? Some seafood, though. Some crawfish. Oh, man, you got to try it all. You got to try it all. And I recommend all you guys today try it all, as we will be ending the show now. You will not see me for the rest of the day because it's Thursday. But again, thank you for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great time, enjoyed it. Hope you guys watched some good sports today. And we will see all of you
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.